Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Winnipeg Business Podcast, where I bring in Winnipeg's finest businesses to share who they are, what they do, what makes them unique, and what you should look for when dealing with somebody within their industry. So without further ado, let's go. With me today is the Executive Vice President of Cushman Wakefield Stevenson, Mr. Aaron Degroot. And after he introduces himself and his company, he allowed me to just bomb him with a bunch of questions that he's going to answer. So without further ado, Mr. Aaron Degroot.
Thanks, James. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm Aaron Degroot, the Executive Vice President of Cushman Wakefield Stevenson. We are a full-service commercial real estate company here in Winnipeg, the largest. We specialize in brokerage, property management, valuation advisory, basically anything you could think of with regards to commercial real estate services, we do it. So very excited to be here with James. We've gotten to know James through business, and yeah, excited to be here.
Nice. So you guys are like a one-stop shop for anybody who just owns property.
That's the model, yeah. One-stop shop, and not only those that own property, but tenants, tenant services through representation, and yeah, landlords, investors in every sector of real estate, retail, industrial, office, multifamily, and even condominium market that we're in. So yeah, we do it all. What
makes Cushman Wakefield Stevenson different from the other property management companies out there?
Yeah, well, I like to think it's our culture first and foremost, our people. We're in a service industry, so your people are your greatest asset, and we have the greatest team that we've assembled. We're just around 100 employees and independent contractors within our company, and the culture that we've implemented, in recent years, has been one that really focuses on them, a people-first culture. Letting our people know that we are going to invest in them professionally, help them grow their careers, and give them opportunity within our company. Because obviously, you have great people, you want to make sure you hold on to them. The only way to do that, especially in today's day and age, millennials make up a big portion of the workforce. They're looking for growth opportunities, and we realize that as a company. So it's a very, very family-like culture, and our leaders and our team members that are on board work together in tandem to grow together. And if you get that right, that's where exceptional client service comes into play. If they're happy, they're going to do everything in their power to make the client happy. And our mantra is that we maximize the value of every client's real estate.
Nice.
No matter where we are on the spectrum, tenant, landlord, new investor, that's our goal. If our clients win, we're winning. And the best way to help our clients win is to help our people win.
Yes.
So that's the real cultural rallying cry that we've introduced, and it's good because it makes coming to work fun every day.
Oh yeah. And when you took me for a tour in your office, what I found which was really different and quite fascinating actually was that you and Martin McGarry's desk space was just mingled in the open. You guys didn't have closed doors, you guys didn't even have walls. You were literally one of the cubicles. I didn't even recognize that you were an office there. You're just one of the cubicles, one of the guys with everybody.
Yeah, when we decided to go to an open concept to allow for more collaboration within the office, one of the things that was very important to us is that no matter what your position is or what your ranking is, so to speak, within the company, we're all in this together. So you're right, Martin McGarry, our president, CEO, and myself, we're in the open concept. We have sit-stand desks, which is a great thing to have, and we are right in the middle of it, so that we're out there with our team day in, day out, helping them, and vice versa. So yeah, it's a good atmosphere, and if you gotta make a private phone call, you do have to pick up your stuff and go to a phone room or something, because there's some confidential conversations that go on. But I wouldn't change a thing. For the most part, it's been absolutely wonderful, the response that we've had from our people and our leaders being in the open concept. So very proud of it.
Oh, I thought that was one of the coolest offices I've ever seen. I was like, I can't believe they don't have walls and locked doors and everything. You guys are just full on open, that anybody can just come on by, say hi, and oh, that was so cool.
We try to be trailblazers. the old school thinking in commercial real estate is, the big executive office and closed doors. And, we want to be innovative and we want to lead our industry, especially here in Winnipeg, in terms of how we operate. And I think that was a big step towards doing that.
So for all our vendor audience members out there, what kind of traits do you look for when choosing a vendor?
Well, we try to see us in every vendor that we choose. So first and foremost, we want to make sure that every vendor that we choose is qualified, has the proper insurance, liability insurance, proper certifications depending on what trade it is. So we do go through a vetting process to ensure that we have top-level vendors responding to our buildings that we manage and working with us. And like I said, we like to see us in our vendors because it's easy to work with. We get each other, right? So we like to work with companies that are innovative, that provide exceptional client service, and take care of their people. Those are the types of folks. And obviously, the quality of work it speaks for itself in most cases when you pick the right vendor. But yeah, we do like to work with vendors that are like us in a sense. So that's my short answer.
I like that. I like how you said that you like to work with vendors who also take care of their people, because that's a huge thing for us too, because we like to see that when we have clients that they take care of their people as well. Otherwise, that if they can't take care of their own people, how are they going to take care of us?
For sure. And that's one of the reasons, I'm here and we love you guys because, it's, you've clearly given some great leadership with this team and you're innovative, forward thinking, and why get into an industry if you're not trying to change it and better it and always improve, right? Continuous improvement. I mean, we throw that around a lot. It doesn't matter where you are, at any given point in terms of your organization. If you're striving towards continuous improvement, you're doing the right things.
Okay, so why property management?
Well, property management is really a centerpiece of our company, and it is the most interactive line of business that we're in, obviously. You're servicing tenants, you're servicing landlords in that business. I view it as the center point of all commercial real estate activity. Our model is such that without property management or without brokerage or without advisory services, the other service lines don't work as well together, right? So when we're managing commercial real estate and apartments and condominiums, it gives us an opportunity to really embrace the client, put them at the center of everything that we're doing, and service them from a brokerage perspective as well as an advisory perspective. So we're invested in every client's properties, not monetarily, but emotionally and professionally. And property management is the centerpiece of that because it gives us that opportunity to be speaking with them on a regular basis and ensure that we're crossing off all of their to-dos and giving them all the right advice, whether it be a tenant or a landlord. So it's the real centerpiece.
All right, so for the viewers out there, do you mind sharing your age with everyone?
Not at all. I'm 35. I hope I look it.
35 years old, Executive Vice President of Cushman Wakefield Stevenson. So I'm just going to ask you to brag about yourself right now. Like, do you do any sports or are you a family man? Where do you get your suits?
Sports. Athlete my whole life. As I get a little bit older, my athletic prowess is diminishing. And obviously, yes, I am a family man, so that with that and my professional life doesn't leave much time to be as athletic as I would like, but I still do play rec hockey, and I did play football up until second year of university, and those are my two love and passion sports. So
and you're from here in Winnipeg, right?
I am born and raised in Winnipeg. And I grew up in Charleswood, went to Oak Park High School, played football there, and University of Manitoba graduate. So born and raised here, love this community. That's the thing that makes Winnipeg special to me is the community, and when people need to rally behind something, they do, like the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Yes.
And a Grey Cup appearance, right? So family man. I do have I have a 3-year-old son and a beautiful wife. My son's name is William. My wife's name is Julie. And they are, I talked about how the client is at the center of everything we do at work. They're at the center of everything I do the rest of the time.
And then tell us your fashion. Where do you get your? I remember when we went to. I went to your client appreciation, and I remember you wore this really nice blue suit. can you please tell the audience where you got that blue suit? And do you mind if I share a photo of the two of us?
Yeah, go for it.
This is what he looked like up there at Prairie 360. And if you can please just shine some light on where you got that suit,
I'm definitely not a fashionista, contrary to that one suit that I own. My colleagues will attest to that. I'm one of those guys that kind of repeats the same 3 suits over and over throughout the week. But I did find a cheat code, I'll call it, with regards to clothing. And this is a bit of a plug, I guess, for a company, but RW & Co., just fantastic clothing. Yeah. It tends to fit me right and reasonably priced.
Yeah. Oh.
And
yes.
yeah, so do a lot of shopping there. And then another homegrown Winnipeg business, they're friends of mine as well. Another plug, this one for you guys, the guys at F Apparel. Made to measure suits, custom. So Andrew Parks and Alex Ethans, if you're seeing this, big shout out to you guys for the work that you do, making this guy look half decent on a daily basis. So much appreciated.
Can you share how somebody your age, so young, was able to climb to where he is now?
Yeah, I mean,
was it an easy journey?
No, by no stretch of the imagination. It involves a few things. Like most people, when I came out of university, I had a degree in economics, and really didn't know what the heck to do with that, right? So I knew I had an interest in commercial real estate, and before the recession of 2008. I was doing some Googling, and I was on CNNmoney.com one night, and they had the top 25 professions in the United States listed, and one of them was real estate appraiser. And it said it had a great work-life balance, good potential earnings, lots of freedom and entrepreneurial, opportunity. So I thought, oh, this is interesting. So I clicked on it. I ended up finding the Appraisal Institute of Canada. And, I signed up. Why not? Started cold calling some people in the industry, and I was sold. So at the ripe age of 25, I was on a journey to become a real estate appraiser. And, a little bit of luck. We all need a little bit of luck, but I'm of the opinion that you also create some of your luck in life.
That's for
and,
sure.
I happened to find a mentor, who had been in the industry for quite some time. And another one of my philosophies is to always, surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. And not only that, but surround yourself with good character people. And then learn as much as you can. Be a sponge, and also be patient. So, if you're truly into what it is you're doing, learn everything you can about it. And then, just go down the path and see where it takes you. In my case, again, a little bit of luck, but I started with Cushman Wakefield Stevenson, back in 2007. And I'm still there.
Yeah.
So, loyalty to the people that have helped, craft my career, and you've got to pay respect to everybody that's mentored you along the way, obviously, because we wouldn't get to where we are without those people. So
I also have a vlog for young entrepreneurs out there, and I'm pretty sure they'd want to hear what I asked you when we first met, which was, what is a message you can give to young entrepreneurs, like up-and-coming entrepreneurs or those who want to start a business? What kind of message can you give them to encourage them to follow their dreams?
Well, number one, you just said it. Follow your dreams. There's two types of people out there, I think. The one group is when people say, you can be anything you want to be. There's a group of people out there would say, well, that's not true. A lot of it is circumstance, and a lot of it is, your demographic or whatnot. And then there's the group of people that says, break down those barriers and follow your dreams. I come from the latter group.
Nice.
So no matter what it is that you want to pursue in life, you have to get yourself 100% committed to doing it. And like I said before, learn as much as you can from the people that have done it. Connect at every spare moment you have, just like you did. Connect with people who have built a business and have been through it, because what you're going to learn from those people is going to trump anything that you've learned in school.
Yes.
Education is very important, don't get me wrong, because it creates the foundation. But it's the mentorship that is the real key. So go for it, follow your dreams, but you've got to be 100% committed, and you've got to have that thirst to learn. And if that drive is hard enough, and if that thirst is there, you can do anything. I've seen people do it, and I'm doing it in a sense myself. So that's my number one advice is, and we're lucky in Winnipeg. We have such a great group of entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And one of the beautiful things about this city is that they're always willing to help. I can't recall ever reaching out to somebody for a lunch or a coffee or a conversation that has turned me down. It's always been, I call and say, hey, I want to pick your brain and just learn from you and ask you some questions. The response, from the leaders in this community, in this city, has always been absolutely,
nice.
Right? Because I think everybody has an interest in bringing up the next generation, and doing it in a way that's going to be sustainable and successful. So we're so lucky here. We have so many great entrepreneurs, and it's a great community. And just learn, and don't ever stop.
And you yourself, so for those who don't know, I asked him, I was like hoping that he would go for lunch with me, and I was like, oh, I hope he says yes, and I was just sweating like everywhere when I asked him, and sure enough, he was like, yeah, let's go. And you've given so much hope for the young entrepreneurs out there. Like, I don't know if you know this, but I too inspire a lot of other entrepreneurs, and what you did for me to be able to share that with them is like, it's huge. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and I didn't even have to think about it. Another unique thing about Winnipeg, I find, is not only are we all in business together, and maybe different industries, we all have a commonality when it comes to what we're doing. We're all trying to build something that we love and something that we want to grow to be the biggest and best that we can. But again, Winnipeg, people are helpful.
They are.
You can pick up the phone, and no matter how terrified you are to call a CEO of a Winnipeg company, I can almost guarantee you 9 times out of 10 they're going to say, yeah, sure, let's carve out the time and let's get it in the calendar and go meet. So don't be afraid to pick up that phone. And if you hit a bump in the road, you go through something that you perceive as a failure, you learn from those, right? And I'm talking beyond reaching out to other entrepreneurs at this point, but there are bumps in the road, and I always say there's no such thing as a mistake as long as you learn from it.
Yes, learn.
Absolutely, yeah. So, I haven't made all the right moves, in my professional life, but the ones that I have, maybe made the wrong call on, I've learned from them. And, all of those are parked in the back of my mind, and the lessons learned from any missteps. So, that's my key message to young entrepreneurs, and that's it.
Well, thank you so much for being a guest on our show.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
James's Journey to $1 Million.
All right, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of the Winnipeg Business Podcast. If you know anyone you think would make a perfect guest for the show, please send them to thewinnipegbusinesspodcast.com. Have them fill out the form, and someone from our team will get back to them ASAP. Till next time.